Hartman. I am a two-time Ball State University graduate. I got my undergraduate in English in '89 and graduated from the counseling psych program in '91. If I could describe entrepreneurship with one word, it would be crazy. I think that being an entrepreneur, you have to be a little crazy because you're assuming a lot of risk. You have to have a lot of tenacity. You have to have passion. And so crazy is a great word to go with entrepreneurship. Absolutely by accident, but then I had to own it by design. And so I was in the right place at the right time with some amazing mentors and opportunities, and once the opportunity presented itself, so then I was officially an entrepreneur, although that's not what I wanted to do when I grew up. It has been an awesome journey, and I love it now, and I embrace it as part of who I am. I excelled for the corporation that I was working for straight out of graduate school. Got to work with folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities, got to see things from a different perspective, although I didn't know that at the time. It was very forward thinking, the mentors that I had. And what ended up happening is that I advanced to a point where I was no longer working at the point of service delivery with people, and I missed that part of it. I got too far away from my why. And so I realized that my why is to change the world, right? I want to change the world no matter who I'm working with. And so I was given an opportunity by the company that I worked for to start my own business, and they gifted me my first contract. And so while I was fine to be a one-man show and just be a consultant for the rest of my life, I now have 400 employees, and we serve about 1,000 people in 47 counties across the state of Indiana. So that's a lot of risk and a lot of crazy and a lot of great, awesome energy that gets channeled into being an entrepreneur now. And so that's been a 23-year process of growing over time. But here I am today, really in life looking at maybe someday I'll retire and maybe I get to do some other things that are fun. So it's been a great journey and I love it. Every day's a new day. What am I most proud of as an entrepreneur? This is a really hard question because what I will be most proud of, I don't know that it's happened yet. I think that's one of the cool things about being an entrepreneur is that there's always something else, there's always something bigger. And when your why is you want to change the world, there's always something else, there's always something bigger. And so I think it's really, really, I'm proud. But I'm really proud of, at the point of service delivery, when I get to meet somebody who says, "You changed my life." That's what I'm most proud of. I'm just glad that I have an opportunity to do that. As like many social entrepreneurs, I am dependent on funding from Medicaid or other public entitlement programs. And if you know much about that, you know what my biggest challenge is that in some of the services that my company offers, we have had an increase in rates of maybe once in every 10 to 15 years. And so when the challenges of owning a business and you as an entrepreneur, you assume the risk. There's increase in healthcare, increase in regulatory compliance, increase in workers' comp, liability, all the things, and you're already tight for money because you're trying to change the world with people who are willing to make $11 an hour. That is a big, big challenge, specifically to the industry that I'm in. And so it continues to be, I say to people often, I feel like I'm running uphill in wet concrete. If that gives you an idea, it's really, really tough. The cool thing is I'm given opportunities every day to see ways of doing things differently and to continue to morph so that I can still do my why. I think it's that I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe that I have a little bit of time to do as much as I can with the gifts I was given. And so I don't have time to slow down. I don't have time to get lazy or to be like, oh, I'm gonna, lose my momentum now. It's like if you're in it to win it. And I got to stay in that lane and continue even when it's really, really hard, and even when I have days that I lack motivation. I got to get up and know that if I'm going to change the world, I got to get up and do it. So success for me does not have to do with a bank account. It does not have to do with any material things or awards or number of employees, none of that. Success for me is, did I change somebody's life today? Did somebody see the world differently or themselves differently because I helped them? And you know, I get to do that whether I'm being paid to do it or not. And so really, I get to have a job that's so freaking badass because I get to change people's lives. It's so awesome. I love it so much. If I had to share one tip for any student, and I'll make this sort of about the traditional 18 to 22-year-old college student, is to stop talking and listen. There are people, Ball State is so awesome, and there are people surrounding you who want you to be the best that you can be. And sometimes when you're a college student, you don't really care, you know, and you're not really in that moment. So I would just say, you know, like, be in your moment and enjoy every minute, but be open to every opportunity and every connection, because truly every moment that you breathe or you talk or you're interacting with somebody could land you the next big thing in your life. And I think it's really important to remember how that moment, any moment, can be the defining moment in your life.